Hey friends, today we have a serious video. Today we are going to be talking about plant pests, which kind of is just part of the houseplant hobby. If you have a significant collection, even if you have more than like 5 or 6 plants, I feel that you will probably encounter pests at some point. Especially if you're regularly buying new plants or people are giving you plants, that is how the pests get in. So if you've already encountered pests, you know that it can be really stressful, but then you deal with it and you move on and you continue to love plants and it's not the end of the world. It's kind of just part of the hobby. And honestly, the first time I had pests, it was a couple years ago. I was terrified. It was so stressful. It was horrible. I thought all my plants were gonna die. And then I learned how to treat them, and it was almost like a challenge that I wouldn't say I enjoyed the challenge, but there was something about it of being victorious over the pests that like wasn't that bad. So if you've never had pests before, good on you, but you might someday. And if you are having pests right now, which is maybe why you looked up this video, I am here to help you. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to prevent pests, how to find pests, and how to treat pests. In my experience, the treatment that I'm going to explain works for all of the bugs that I have found on my plants. So I've had spider mites, I've had thrips, I've had gnats, and I've had some other bug that I actually still don't know what it was, but my treatment worked on all of them. Some people might disagree. Some people think like there's certain treatments for certain bugs, blah, blah, blah. It worked for me. I'm going to share it with you. I'm going to share my method. So if you would like my help, stay tuned. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It helps me out a lot. And then you get to see my next video right away. So let's get into pests. First of all, you're gonna wanna take a really good look at your plant. And I mean look really up close. You might even wanna use a magnifying glass for this part. You're going to wanna look at the top of each leaf, the underside of each leaf, any little crevices that exist on any leaf. You wanna look really well at the area where the stem meets the leaf. And you want to really inspect any new leaves that have come in or are going to come in, as pests tend to really like to chew on that tender new leaf. You're looking for anything that crawls, anything that flies, any little dots that might be either larvae or eggs. You can look for little spider webs. So unfortunately, this ficus does have pests. It has thrips, which by many is considered the worst type of pest, which is why we're going to be treating it. You can see those white little specks crawling around. Those are the larvae. So they have not yet grown into grown-up thrips, thank goodness. We are hopefully going to get them while they are still in this stage. Next step is to wipe down or shower down all of the leaves. You can use a lint-free cloth, which is what I'm doing. I find I can do a more thorough job. You can also use a removable shower head to just hose them all off. Some people really get in there with Q-tips, especially if it's a plant that has a lot of crevices or little nooks and crannies that are hard to get into with a cloth. And you're trying to wipe off any pests or any eggs that you see. If you have spider mites, you're gonna see some spider webs. You're gonna wanna clean all of that off. You can also take this time to remove any leaves that have really been ravaged by pests. The leaves aren't going to grow back or repair themselves. So if they are really ravaged by pests or if they have a ton of pests on them, sometimes it's best just to take them off. That way you're not trying to save a disfigured leaf. Now next, of course, we are going to treat the pests. There is many products you can buy online or from the home and garden store or from the plant nursery. They all, in my opinion, are very similar. They have similar ingredients and they will work great. I've tried a couple different ones. They worked great. I've since switched to making my own insecticidal soap, and I'm going to talk about that in 1 second. But you know, if you don't have a ton of plants, or you just want to buy one product and be done with it, there's nothing wrong with just buying a product from the store. However, I have a ton of plants. I also have a pretty big garden. This recipe works for outdoor plants, for indoor plants. I have kids and dogs in my house, and I guess I feel better using a more natural product, but whatever works for you. So first of all, you need a spray bottle. This spray bottle is about 1 liter, might be a little bit under 1 liter, but you're going to mix up approximately 1 liter, which is a little bit under 1 quart of water. You can do 1 quart of water if that's easier for you. Then you're going to use dish soap, and you can use any dish soap that you have. This is what I had in my house, but you can use any dish soap. And then neem oil. Now you can use canola oil or olive oil or a range of other oils that you have in your house. However, the neem oil has added benefits to help keep pests away. It will also make your plants look really pretty and shiny. You can buy this online, you can buy it from a health food store. The brand does not matter. So I've already added the water to my spray bottle. Then you're gonna add anywhere between 1 teaspoon and 1 tablespoon. I've seen recipes that say both. I've done both. Today I'm adding 1 teaspoon. I'm gonna do 1 teaspoon of each ingredient. The neem oil, you can't smell it, but it smells horrible. I don't know why it smells so bad. I'm gonna put those both in there. And that is it. I'm gonna shake it up and it is ready. Now you can treat your plants outdoors. I'm doing mine inside, but I have put it in a Tupperware so that catches all the extra soap. Give this another shake, and then you're going to cover your plant. Top side, underside. You want it to go everywhere. This is going to make it harder for bugs to hold onto the leaves. And like I said, the smell of the neem oil will hopefully keep them away. The smell does dissipate once it dries. It's not like your whole house will smell like neem oil now. And then you're going to let that plant dry somewhere where it is isolated. And you're going to keep it isolated until it is pest free. I generally will check the plant 4 or 5 days after treating it, and if necessary, treat it again. But sometimes one treatment is all you need, depending on how big the infestation was or what kind of pest it is. All right, guys, I hope that that was helpful to you. I hope that it comes in handy. If you have questions, leave them down below. If you have extra advice for people that are experiencing pest problems, leave that down below too. We can all share our knowledge with each other. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.